హాయ్ హలో వెల్కమ్ టు ఈగల్ మీడియా వర్క్స్. ఈరోజు మనతో ఉన్నారు ట్రిష్నా ముఖర్జీ గారు. నమస్తే.
Namaste.
హౌ ఈస్ ద జర్నీ?
As in my journey or the journey through Madha?
యువర్ జర్నీ.
Okay, so I started out at a reality show on television in Bangla. It was called Saregamapa.
Oh.
And from there I got picked up to act in a show, which was a daily soap. And they needed someone who was a vocalist. I was a tomboy, they needed a tomboy. So all of those put together, they asked me to do this show, and to acknowledge the fact that I'm a singer, they also wanted me to sing in the theme song. So that's how it started. My journey started like that. And plus, after a few years, I started to get a little. I started to want more out of my characters. So then, after a bit, I think about 2-3 years, I came to Mumbai, which was 7 years back. And then I started working on episodic shows like Crime Patrol, Gumrah, Savdhan India, those kind of shows. And eventually got picked up by Vidya with this brilliant offer for a film that she made. And then I kind of gave a pause to that. And then after the film, I started working on web series with Alt Balaji, and have been working since like that.
సో దిస్ ఈస్ యువర్ ఫస్ట్ ఫిలిం.
My first Telugu film, yes, but not my first film. I've done about 6-7 of them.
ఓకే. హౌ ఈస్ ద ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఇన్ తెలుగు ఫిలిమ్స్?
Very warm, very nice, entertaining. People here are very sweet, and the team was very friendly, and we used to have fun. We used to, prank each other. It was great. It was fantastic. And right from the very beginning, I was treated like a family member, not just as an actor who doesn't know, who's not familiar with the language. So I was treated like a family member, someone who does something right and they're appreciated. So my entire team gave me that factor. And then after I came over here during the pre-release and everything, I was treated like that with everyone, by everybody I met, be it Harish Garu, Navdeep, Mahesh Garu. Then yesterday I met Lakshmi Manchu Garu, and I met Chandni. They were all so nice to me and so sweet and warm, which I think is a blessing. So I'm just thankful. Yeah, brilliant experience here. Yeah.
It means you are a good singer. Can you sing for us?
Singing, can we get to that a little bit later, because I haven't slept properly in 3-4 days because of the promotions and stuff. So my voice is a little bit rough, right?
It's good to hear, but
Okay. Hindi songs work for you?
oh, no problem.
Okay, I'll try to sing like 4-5 lines of one of my favorite. It's an old Hindi film song, so I'll try to sing a few of them. एहसान तेरा होगा मुझ पर, दिल चाहता है वो कहने दो मुझे, तुमसे मोहब्बत हो गई है मुझे, पलकों की छाँव में रहने दो, एहसान तेरा होगा मुझ पर. I told you my voice is really bad
It's
right
really
now.
good.
Thank you so much.
Means can you tell us something about this movie?
This movie essentially revolves around situations with this character Nisha. You understand that through posters and the theatrical trailer. I'll say in a manner of speaking that the film's character Nisha, what you see in the trailer, what you see in the teasers, nothing is what it seems to be. And you know how we go through experiences in life where we feel that, I have had enough experience and now nobody can, and now I know everything. There always turns out to be that one scenario under which you feel that, oh my God, where am I? I didn't know this was going to happen. So that is what the film is about. That is what the trailer is about. That is what life is about. So it's very relatable for every person that we come across these days, whether they are smart or clever or shrewd or annoying. Everybody goes through that entire stage. As far as Nisha's character goes, Nisha is a very sweet girl next door character. Everybody has different traits and qualities amongst them, one of which is very dominant. Nisha's dominant trait is vulnerability. She is trusting, she loves people, she loves her friends. She immediately can meet a stranger and just totally be trusting of that stranger, and that is what Nisha's character is all about. And how that pans out to make the film eventually. who takes advantage of it, who supports it, who doesn't support it, what kind of situations that she goes through and how she comes out of it. Is she strong enough? Is she not strong enough? All of those things are the questions that will be answered once you see the film on 13th. Yeah.
So, one favorite dialogue in that film?
One of my favorite dialogues. That this window is the opening into the. This window is my opening into the world. Nenu prapanchani chadivindi chusindi dintlo nunche.
It's a favorite.
Yeah.
And with working with hero, how is it?
Working with my hero?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rahul, fun fact about Rahul is a shy person. So the first day that I met him, it was usual. Hi, hello, how are you doing? Polite, formal, all of that. First day of shoot was like, I had to ask Vidya, he has met me, he has spoken to me for a little bit. Yet when on the set, he is sitting in one corner, you know, not talking, on his phone, doing whatnot. So I thought, is there some problem with me? Does he like not like me as a person? Did I do something to offend him? It's like, no, Reishi, he's just very shy and this and that. So I just, you know, because he's my hero and, you know, there was a certain amount of on-screen chemistry is a little required. So I just went and sat next to him and I say, so what do you do? And it started from there. We started sharing each other's work with each other, what I have done before, what he's done before. And eventually towards the end of the film, now we are like very, very close friends. If I need something, I can call him. If I need to get something done, he will be there. Now it's just like totally, you know, like a family kind of a relationship with him. You know, like yesterday itself when we were returning from the theatrical trailer launch, his mom and I spoke and, you know, she was just telling me, you know, I'm giving you my blessings and giving you my blessings and everything. And I was speaking to auntie saying that, okay, now you can kick him out. Now he's not your son anymore, I'm your daughter. So that's a kind of fun bond that we share not only as friends but as two respectful professionals who value each other's work and value the efforts we are making for each other, ideally. Yeah.
Who inspired you to come to this acting field?
Nobody. No, everybody, if anyone thought that I'm going to be in the industry, everybody thought I'm going to be a singer. So it was very sudden that, you know, I came into this industry. Once I came, also I was not very serious in the beginning because it just happened. It's just like, you know, this channel where I was doing a reality show, they picked me up and they said, you know, you're very good for this character, why don't you just audition? Even before that entire period, from the inception of the show, from the conception of the show to the point where the grand finales were happening, there was a long gap and I was doing my screen test. My screen tests were happening just so that my mom doesn't tell me that, you know, you're sitting here doing nothing, do something. So I would go to the screen test, but I was so bad that I wouldn't get selected anywhere. However, when after the grand finales, they picked me up and they said that, you know, we're doing this show and I think you're a very good fit for this. I was like, are you sure? Okay, fine, it's just a show. Anything to get out of, you know, a basic 9-to-5 working structure. So I went to Calcutta and I auditioned and I screen tested the character of, my character's name was Tanya, my first character's name. So we did that and they took some vocal auditions also because the character had to sing while she's on camera. So it worked out from there and then they told me that, you know, we'll give you the character, we will give you the playback of the theme song, but only if you do this character. And then I was like, okay, fine, let's do this. And eventually we did this, but by the time it came down to actually doing that little bit that I had come to do, ideally the playback, I was head over heels in love. I had the best of the mentors who taught me, sat me down and they taught me how to act, who scolded me when they had to, who were nice when they had to. If I felt bad because I was a newcomer and I was scolded quite often. So when I felt bad, they would also, 12 hours of shooting and then after that my director would take me aside and he would say, okay, tumko bura laga, ye lo ice cream khao, let's sit down and watch some famous actors who have done their amazing job here and there, and movie clippings and snippets. So I had mentors like that. So yeah, so ideally the inspiration would have been so many different actors, but I never really thought that I'm going to be an actor. So nobody really inspired me कि मुझे acting करनी है. I used to think that watching these beautiful people, you know, perform, like when I was watching, I used to watch a lot of Bengali cinema and what used to come on Sony television and all that. So when I used to watch those movies, some of which were also, by the way, South Indian films dubbed in Hindi. When I used to watch these films, I used to feel that, you know, watching them and feeling what these characters feel makes me a better performer as a singer. But eventually, after starting to act, I felt that, it's also improving my singing skills. So now I don't pursue singing as professionally as I pursue acting, but I still feel that, I have been graced by God's gift to sing, and I think acting only makes it better. The better I get as an actor, the better I get at it, at singing too.
From childhood, what was your aim to become?
Either follow my father's footstep, that was to be an engineer, or be a singer. Very early on in my life, I knew that I wanted to sing. So those were the two dreams that I had, some of which I still do from time to time whenever I get the chance. That was my inspiration to be like, either I become like an amazing engineer, maybe constructing bridges, building up a country or something like that. That's what as a child I thought engineers do. So either something like that, something as remarkable as that. But either way, I think changing the world was something I really wanted to do. So yeah, that's what I used to aspire to be.
Your favorite hero in Bollywood or Tollywood?
Actually, there are a number of actors I really like. Would be Farhan Akhtar, Shahid Kapoor, and in Tollywood would be, I really like Vijay Deverakonda. I've mentioned that again and again, and Dulquer Salmaan also.
If you get chance, will you act with them?
Are you kidding me? Of course I'll act with them. Of course. Are you expecting me to say no? Of course I'll act with them.
If they ask at a time, to whom you will give preference?
I'll give both of them preference. I will do double shift work. I'm okay with that. But nobody gets any second importance. Everybody gets the importance. I'll request the production teams to set my schedules accordingly so that I can finish one shoot and get back to the other. I can work relentlessly. I can work without sleep, without eating. I am a workaholic. Yeah. So I'll give both of them equal preference. And I'll make sure I work double shift, but I complete both their films and do so properly. Like, not just because I'm doing 2 films half-heartedly. I'll do this with complete heart, have a cup of coffee, and then come back to this film with complete heart.
Favorite dialogue of Vijay Deverakonda?
Uh-oh. That's all in Telugu. Very difficult for me.
Means dubbed movies are there, no? Arjun Reddy is dubbed in Hindi.
I know it is dubbed in Hindi, but I can't recall Ray right now. I look at their acting, I get mesmerized. I barely notice dialogues. I just look at their expressions and how their face is moving, their body language, how they have changed themselves according to the character. That's what I end up noticing.
Okay, just show their body language.
I really liked the swag with which Vijay Deverakonda had conducted himself in Arjun Reddy. So ideally that is the film through which he became one of my favorites. Yeah. And although Dulquer Salmaan I have not seen completely, I've seen a few snippets of the film Zoya Factor, and I really liked him in that film. So that's how he became one of my other favorite actors over here. So I'm yet to see some more of his South Indian films, which I will, in fact, as a part of the industry now. But Vijay Deverakonda, I really like the fact that the roughness and the fact that a doctor has to be a caring, there's some element of care, which even if it is like a job, the caring is like a job, but there's some amount of this transitioning I really like. There was a very smooth transition from being rough to being a doctor, which I really liked about him, which I took a lot of notes from, in fact, as an actor also, that someday if I have to play a character which is so diametrically opposite from personal life to professional life, I'd probably incorporate some of what Vijay Deverakonda did in Arjun Reddy.
Actress
in Bollywood, again, a few favorites I have. But I think I can safely say Radhika Apte for both Hindi films and Telugu films also, because she's done a lot of Telugu work here as well.
And what was your best memory?
From my childhood?
Yeah, childhood and this whole journey of your shooting.
Best memories in shoot, so I can give you so many of them. There was the first time when I came here, I requested, I wanted to be able to speak the language, if not completely, then just a little bit, just to be able to, make funny statements and, just try and form statements basically. So Vidya came up with this genius idea of giving me a guy who I was on a strict diet also because I was doing a certain part which needed me to hollow my cheeks out and look really skinny, and my face had to be really broken down. So I was on a strict diet, so Vidya appointed a guy who would cook my food and give me my diet on particular timings, who doesn't speak Hindi or English, he only speaks Telugu. So that was one fun time communicating with the guy, and he was so sweet and he was always so scared of me, whereas I had to constantly assure him that, bro, I'm not going to slap you or anything if my diet goes wrong. It's fine, just relax. It's just food. It's okay, relax. And he was always very conscious. But yeah, towards the end of the shoot, he would make requests for me also that I want to click a photograph with the heroine Garu and all of those things. So that was one fun incident. The first day of shoot, I fell down from a wall that was 10 feet above the ground. And falling down was not the painful bit. I fell on my bum, which was really painful because I fell flat on the ground on my bum. And for a few seconds, I thought, that's it, my spine is broken. But thankfully, I could move my feet, and we just immediately resumed shooting immediately after that. That was the second, instance I remember. How many times I scared people on the set, because my look was so scary. I would stand at one corner, and my dress was like slightly bluish in tinge. So if there's a light a few feet away, and I'm standing a little away, you could only see white. You couldn't see my face or my hair. So people would just look at me and just get confused. Who the hell is this? And then I would, do this weird thing that I used to do with them just to scare them, and they would know, it's our heroine. She is going crazy now. It's late night. Give her some coffee, just calm her down a bit. So yeah, those are a few of the countable first instances. Then Vidya didn't let me wash my hair for several days during the first schedule because I had to look dirty, and so the dirt had literally seeped into my skin. And once I washed it, the shampoo went in white and then came out brown in color. The same with soap. No soap, no shampoo on your body. You can give it water, but you can't give it soap or shampoo. So it was like literally ingrained in my skin, the dirt. And most of what you're seeing in those sequences will be like me at my filthiest. And I was like, oh God, how do people live like this? So yeah, that was fun. With Rahul also, I used to pull off pranks on him, but obviously, more or less, it was like, a fun element around shoot. Whatever we were doing on screen was very, very dark. So to compensate, we would have a lot of fun outside the...
Then let's talk about the film. If public see the film, how could they feel by watching this film?
What they would feel... Firstly, the film is very different in structure. It's a multi-genre film. It's not just one single genre like... Some people have called it psychological thriller, some people have called it sci-fi, some people have called it, whatever. But it looks like it's a lot, but it's basically a multi-genre film. You will find elements of thrill, romance, even a little bit of science in that. It's a multitude. It's got a multitude of structures to the story. So that's one thing. And plus, what you will feel is that yes, certain things are possible. You can be more vigilant. Obviously, we are not trying to particularly give any message as such. It's a fictional story. It's got a story. The story starts, the story comes to an end. It's that kind of thing. But what you come through, what you should actually feel by the end of the film is nothing is what it seems like. And we inspire a lot of our behavioral traits from what we see in films. So I think what the message, the takeaway from the film could be that, we can be more vigilant to what people are trying to do. Basically, be yourself and don't let anyone change who you are. I think that could be one of the takeaways if I have to point out like one thing from the film that people will feel.
So when is the movie is going to release?
Madha releases on 13th of March 2020.
Thanks for giving your wonderful time.
It's my pleasure and honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching Eagle Media Works.
Like and subscribe Eagle Media Works.